It's the AM Show.
There are whispers that American Magic's boat Patriot is heading back out on the water today. Remarkable heart transplant, that's for sure. It's been just over a week since it capsized, knocking it down as a favourite to win the Prada Cup. But will its comeback be successful, or are the odds stacked against it? It is remarkable what they have done to get it back on the water. Joining us now from San Francisco is Sailing Illustrated founder Tom Amon. Tom, g'day, good morning, welcome from New Zealand. Boy, what a remarkable transplant this has been.
Indeed. Good morning, Duncan. If they get out there in one piece today, and that's the word, I hope they do, but it's going to be a huge uphill climb to see how they do in the racing come Friday.
Not so much the hole, but it was behind the hole where the damage was done. Behind the hole was the
big hole,
the hydraulics,
the big hole.
the electricity, the electrics.
Exactly. Sorry, I thought you were pausing for an answer there. But yeah, the hole was one thing, and ETNZ have very kindly helped patch that hole with a huge piece of structure that's now been glued into place, back into place. But as you said, Duncan, it's the hydraulics and the electronics that they've had to move from B1, their first boat, we call it Boat 1, B1, Defiant, into the new boat, Patriot. And to get all those systems working, it's a big ask.
They may have had help from Team New Zealand. Team New Zealand have been poking around a bit, seeing what they can do for the team, haven't they?
Well, I don't think ETNZ have been inside the American Magic shed, but they went up to the Northland and got the piece that was built up there in the ETNZ shed, the boat build facility, which was very gracious by Grant Dalton and co. And a massive help, because otherwise they probably would not have been able to get back on the water.
So all eyes then on today and on the races ahead. Can they do it? Can it float? Can it still go fast? What's the damage? Because they won't know until they really stress test this thing.
Look, if anybody can do it, Terry Hutchinson, the resources of the New York Yacht Club, that gang can do it. And they've got to go up. First, they have to get measured. They have to declare their configuration today, your Wednesday, then measure, then get out on the water, fix any problems that they discover, and then go for it on Friday. 2 races Friday. Now, what happens if they don't race Friday? Well, okay, they still have to win 4 races. It's first to win 4 in this next series against Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. And if they can't race or can't get around the track on Friday, there's always Saturday, 2 more races then, and then 2 races scheduled Sunday.
Tom, the weather is forecasting stronger winds for the latter 2 days of those races. What impact will that have? Talk us through that.
Amanda, good question. I've just been looking at the forecast, and it's actually now softer later in the weekend. It's 10 gusting 21 Friday for day 1. 9 gusting 17 on Saturday, so a little softer. And then Sunday's actually 8 gusting 14, probably just the opposite of what New York Yacht Club's American Magic would like. They'd like a softer day to go out for the first time and race in anger. But they'll if anybody can do it, they will. And it puts a big, exciting kind of exclamation point on this series.
They may have fixed their boat, and let's say they turn out there with a decent boat. Is it possible after these sorts of things that the actual people sailing the boat could lose their nerve just a little bit?
Well, of course, that's always in the back of their mind, and the PR notwithstanding, oh, yeah, we're self-confident, we can go out and do this. Historically, maybe you remember in 2000, in fact, New York Yacht Club's Young America, the boat fractured and started to bend up like a banana, was towed back in, was fixed, and they were never the same after that. And historically in the America's Cup, going way back, it's a tough ask. So if they can, yes, this team can do it, but the doubts will remain in their minds. But they've got one other interesting thing that you're going to look at this coming weekend is Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli is under a lot of pressure about their 2 helming system. This is the only one of the 4 teams that has a helmsman on the port side and a helmsman on the starboard side, an Aussie on the starboard side, an Italian on the port side, Jimmy Spithill. And that system has come under a lot of criticism. They've had some internal problems. So that's going to be interesting to see if they can perform with that system against American Magic.
Is it doing your head in not being able to be in New Zealand and not be here? And I'm just trying to think of some options and people I know that if we could smuggle you into the country, would you take the offer?
Driving us all crazy. I mean, there would have been hundreds and hundreds of people more so from the States, from Italy, from tell me where. But I'm doing a live watch party every race night. The night before, it's Thursday night here when you go live on Friday. And I'm co-streaming, restreaming the official live world feed and getting thousands of people who are joining here in the States where you can get a VPN. I have a VPN so we can watch it. Otherwise, it's geo-blocked. We can't get the signal here.
Oh, you poor bugger. God, it's double trouble and double punishment, isn't it? Hey, good stuff. Lovely to have you on. Sailing Illustrated founder Tom Amon. Appreciate your time, mate. Well said. It is the
Now, and American Magic is back on the water just a week and a half since that capsize that nearly sunk Team America's Cup campaign. Patriot emerged from the team base this morning with the New York Yacht Club's boat fully repaired. A patch with the New Zealand, British and Italian flags has been added to the boat in a nod to the other teams who came to American Magic's rescue after the hull was damaged when the boat capsized while racing Luna Rossa in the Prada Cup round robin. The Americans are now set to square off with the Italian syndicate in the best of 7 semi-finals starting Friday afternoon.